Hi everyone, how is everyone doing? Welcome to my channel. My name is Tina. I hope you guys are all doing well. Today I'm here to share some projects that I made for Alina Craft store on Aliexpress. I'm gonna link everything that I'm gonna show you guys in the description box below. Also, if you haven't seen my unpacking video where I show you the dies or the stamps along with the samples, I will link that down below as well. For my first card, I use this beautiful flower stamp set. This one is great size. It comes with flower clusters, comes with leaves, very versatile. And I wanted to make a sympathy card because I didn't have any in my stash and I kept it really simple. My card base is black. I took a piece of white cardstock and on a scrap piece of paper, I die cut it a rectangle. I masked my white cardstock with that scrap paper. And then I just did 3 different colors of oxide ink here. Once I revealed it, I had this perfect background. I stamped the flower clusters that I liked from here. And I took a white metallic paint and I splattered it. I don't know if the camera's catching it. Yes, Peppy, I'm doing a video. she won't attention. And I put a twine down here. I did it 3 times and I put a bow. And I stamped with Sympathy. That came from this stamp set. This stamp set is an old one, but I think she still has it in her shop, so I will link that down below as well. And I just put a couple of gold and pearl gems. For my next card, I use this rectangle die set. This comes in 2 sizes, and the middle part doesn't die cut, so you have to use the die that comes with it. And that's how it looks like. And I also use this happy birthday die. And I had to make a shaker. This is so me. It's pink, it's sparkly. I love this card. So my card base is gold. I put a piece of pink cardstock on the bottom, and my top layer, I embossed it with wood grain paper, a wood grain embossing folder. And I backed up this die here, but before I put it down, I put a pink cardstock behind it because I didn't want the holes to show. If you look at the sample, all the little bits come out. So I wanted to matte that. And I filled it with my shaker bits. Look, there is even balloons in here. It's so cute. And then I put a piece of ribbon here. From the same ribbon, I made a bow. And this happy birthday, I die cut it with pink glitter cardstock and I put it down here flat. It's so cute. For my next card, I use this macaroon die set. It's so cute. And when I think of macaroon, automatically my brain goes Paris, France. So I had to pair it with this Paris background stamp she has in her shop. And this is the card that I made. Again, I kept it really simple. My card base is teal. I die cut it a rectangle. It's a stitch rectangle with light blue. And then I took a plain rectangle and I die cut it a window. And I just put it flat down on the cardstock that I stamped the background. And I didn't want to leave the background very white, but I didn't want to do too much with it. So I just took tumble glass distressed oxide and with very light hand, I went over it. So it's like you hardly can see it, but it's not white. And I did some paper piecing here so I can get 3 different colors. And also the bow, I wanted gold. And I put 2 of the individuals here, popped them with foam tape, and I just put a couple of gold gems. And because I didn't want to have sentiment on the top because it's too busy, I put my sentiment on the inside. And this came from this stamp set here. It's the fruits and vegetables, and it's so sweet of you. So I stamped that one inside. For my next card, I used this die set, and I love this die set. Some of them have doubles, which makes life so much easier because you can die cut more faster. And I believe they're calling it either quilting, quilling. I'm not sure, my English is not the greatest, but I made 2 cards with this and I want to play some more. And I brought in this stamp set, this flower cluster here. And this is the card that I made. And I love the colors. Orange is one of my favorite colors, so I wanted to do it with orange and yellow. My card base is craft color. I matted it with white cardstock. All my triangles, the large ones, I die cut it with this dark, kind of like a orange or fire orange color. And the small ones I did with yellow. I popped the small ones up with foam tape. Die cut it a circle, stitch circle, and gold. And this one here, I took watercolor paper and I stamped it right on top of the watercolor paper, did my watercoloring, and then I just die cut it into a circle, popped it on top of the gold, put a little twine here, made a bow. This congratulation is again from an old stamp set that she has in her shop. I'll see if she still has it, and I will link it. It's this here. So I put it down here and I just put a couple of gold gems. For my next card, I used this die set again. I had die cutted so many triangles, so I wanted to use it. I also brought in the happy birthday die again. And this flower die I had in my stash. This is, again, not a new one, but she still has it in her shop, so I will link it down below. And this is how it die cuts. But I just cut up the top part and the leaves apart, and I use them separately. And this is the card that I made. I love the colors again. My card base is cream color. I took a black cardstock that's a little smaller than my card base, and I did my patchwork on it, as you can see. And they're all elevated with foam tape. Here are the flowers. I just cut the top part and I backed it up because it doesn't have the backing. So I did some paper piecing in the back, and I tucked the leaves behind it. The happy birthday die, I did it twice with gold glitter and black. I wanted the black to be the shadow, so I offset it a little bit, but it was still too low for my liking. So I brought a foam board from Dollar Tree and I die cut it with foam board. It die cut beautifully. So as you can see, there is dimension. And once I stuck the 3 of them together, I had the elevation that I liked, so I just placed it down flat because it's already has so much dimension. For my next card, I used this flower stamp set again, but this time I used the 3 little flower clusters. I also used one of the stencils from this stencil pack. You get 10 in here. I used this one here. And for my sentiment, I used "You are in our thoughts today and always." I thought I can use it for a sympathy card, and comes with the coordinating die. And this is the card that I made, and I love the simplicity. My card base is teal. On a watercolor paper, I did my stenciling with 2 color acrylic paints. I did my stamping on watercolor paper too, and I watercolored it. And the background was looking so white, so I did a very light blue wash, so it's not white. I backed it up with this doily die that I have in my stash because it was too white to put down. I also, with my trimmer, did 3 different strips of gold here, and I stuck them on this side. Popped the top layers with foam tape. I put little bows here from my stash, and here is that sentiment, and I just put a couple of gold gem. For my next card, I used this bike die. This one comes with flowers and leaves. It is so, so cute. And I paired it with this slimline. Now, this one cuts out all one piece, so I did some trimming and replacing stuff, and I'll show you in a minute what I mean. For my sentiment, I use this older sentiment set. She still has it in her shop. It comes 2 sets of sentiments with ton in here and the coordinating die. And I Can't Wait to See You. So this is the card that I made. This turned out so adorable. And as you can see, I did some trimming. Let me not jump ahead. My card base is black. I matted it with this kind of greenish blue cardstock. And my panel, I wanted to elevate it, so I put foam tape all around. I die cut it this whole part from the bottom. So I didn't want anything on the bottom because I wanted my bike to show here. I left just the top part with the butterflies, and all these flowers, I cut them apart and I just brought them to this side, tucked them underneath. Here the bicycle comes with flowers, so I put gems in a couple of them. And I stamped my sentiment and I backed it up with the same paper of my frame here. And I just put a couple of gold and pink gems. For my next card, I use this 3-layer birthday cake. Also comes with candles. And that's what it looks like. I brought the flowers from this bike set. I brought these leaves, and this is an older release, but she still has it, so I will link it. And for my sentiment, I used the Happy Wedding from the sentiment set that comes with the coordinating dies. So I didn't do a birthday card, I did a wedding card because I needed a wedding card. So this is the card that I made. My card base is light blue. I took a white cardstock and I ran it through my embossing folder. I don't know if the camera's catching it. I put a silver ribbon here so the cake is not floating. I die cut it in 2 tones of blue, and these little squiggly things, I don't know what you call them, I did them in silver. Here are all the flowers. I popped them on one side. And the leaves, I just cut them apart and I stuck them here and there. I put little pearl gems in the middle of each flower. Here is that sentiment, Happy Wedding. And I just put a couple of pearl and blue gems. And my last card for today, I used this leaf wreath die. So the middle doesn't die cut again. So you have to use one of the circles. I also brought in this flower die set from her shop. I only used the 2 smaller ones to stack them up. And for my sentiment, I used this stamp set. I used the Best Wishes. Again, comes with the coordinating die. And this is the card that I made. I kept it simple because I love the flowers that I put on here. My card base is white. I matted it with this cardstock. I die cut it, my leaf wreath, with this dark teal color. I didn't want green because my flowers, I wanted to do blue. So I did 2 colors, white and blue, and I distressed the sides with darker blue. I put stamens in the middle. For the white ones, I put light blue, and for the blue ones, I put white. And here is that stamp set, Best Wishes. I put foam tape behind it, and I just put a couple of blue and clear gems. This turned out so cute. So that was it for today. I still have a few things that I want to play with. So probably by end of next week, I'll be back with those. If you like this video, please give me thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, have an awesome day, you guys. Bye.